Congrats on an incredible achievement, and congrats to you, the class of 2019. Penn Foster's mission is to enhance the lives of their students and helping them with advancing in their chosen field, starting a new career, or pursuing lifelong learning. Aren't you glad you said yes? Yes to school, yes to choosing to get an education, and yes to becoming a graduate of Penn Foster's high school, career school, and college. I remember what it was like to be finally graduating, but reflecting on all it took to be here that day. I know the road to getting here was not easy. I remember a time when I didn't know how I was going to get to college, let alone pay for college. It was a month before it was time for me to leave to attend the University of Oregon, and I had been preparing all summer to go, but not knowing just how I would get there. As the oldest of 8, money was not something that grew on trees, well, at least not the trees around my home. At this time in my life, I considered myself to be a prayer warrior, and I believed in a higher power over my life. I would soon understand just how real that was when I was blessed with a way to get to school. My journey began with just $50 in a prayer. Donations from family and friends, each dollar was appreciated, a broken down van, and a 5-day perilous drive across the country with everything I could fit into that poor little van. It was piled so high we could barely see out the rearview mirror. When I arrived, I felt like one tiny little person in a brave new world of opportunity, and I was ready to take on whatever was ahead of me. Of course, I had no money, no friends, but I showed up, and I was determined. That was the first time I felt the taste of success. In the future, you too will have times in your life when you just don't know what to do when an obstacle arises. But remember, when you said yes to attend Penn Foster, remember when you said yes to stand up to all those late nights with exams. Remember when you said yes to deciding on to continue your education. And finally, when you said yes to today, to graduating and making one of the best decisions you will ever make in your life. Making the decision to attend the University of Oregon was the best thing that could have happened to a black girl coming out of a poverty-stricken part of Washington, D.C. But education saved my life. I became obsessed. With the idea of getting an education. The more I learned, the more powerful I felt. I had the knowledge that could take me to the next level. My motto became, I self-medicated on education. Let me say that again, I self-medicated on education. I never let anything get in the way of my education. Now I'm proud to say I have a bachelor's, a master's, and a doctorate. I worked my motto to give me the knowledge, strength, and tools to shine my light for myself and others. My advice to you today, never, never take a day off from accomplishing your dreams, because that is just what successful people do. Understand, there will be detours, but you have to accept those with grace. Know that if something doesn't pan out the way that you originally see it, it is simply just not the right time for it. But you could eventually prepare for it. As a young girl, I knew the odds were not good because the challenges seemed to outweigh the opportunities. I began to believe I was born to fail. The more educated I became, I found that no child was born to fail. There's no such thing as failure. No such thing as failure, only feedback. You have to look at every failed experience as feedback. And what I mean by this, at the age of 1, while I was sleeping in the backseat of my dad's car, the car was stolen. At the age of 2, I became a big sister and would help my mom do whatever it was that she needed to help raise my siblings. Sometimes that was helping her cook, helping her clean. Other times that was riding several buses to take my siblings to school, or helping her drag 8 to 10 laundry loads to the closest laundromat. Then at the age of 12, something happened that rocked my world. I was molested by my uncle. Around the age of 13, we were forced to live in a car because no one wanted to take us in for one night, due to there being too many of us. At the age of 15, I was introduced to my half-brother for the first time, and I was confused because I had to learn how to share a parent with someone I didn't know. At the age of 16, I was physically abused by my first love. Amongst other things that I mentioned in my book, as a child, I was also bullied. And as an adult, I even been through far worse. So, you see, I wasn't always dealt the best deck of cards, but I taught myself how to overcome it. I realized the pain, expectations, and scars that people had put on me was something I would have to wear for the rest of my life. Now, I know many think that they are simply products of their environments, but in order to find success, we have to be willing to fight beyond our upbringings, our childhood experiences, our race, our culture, and everything else that we know to get better, become better, and do better. Not only for ourselves, but for those that help us get this far and those that believe in us. To find happiness and success, we can make choices in life that can ultimately better our circumstances. For me, that was when I decided to go to college. It wasn't always fun, and it wasn't easy. Like many of you, I had a lot of struggles. I didn't even know how I would eat or survive, and that was still in college. There wasn't a lot I knew about college or even Oregon. But one thing I did know was how to make something out of nothing, how to go to local churches and get food for myself and my roommate, how to walk into a financial aid office and ask for money I didn't have to help fund my education. I knew how to ask for not only what I wanted in life, but also what I needed to keep going. One of the main reasons I chose to become a psychologist was because I wanted to help people in communities that are greater need of help. However, I learned that helping and educating myself first was the best thing I could do for me, which then enabled me to help others. I feel that some people don't believe within themselves that they too can make this choice. The first step I simply took was to believe in myself. This is how I became my own life coach. Today, I'm here to share with you the same steps and how you too can become your own life coach. Step 1 begins with trusting yourself and believing in you. Believing in yourself means being patient with you, loving you for who you are, what you know, what you want to do in life, and where you want to go. Trusting yourself means learning to trust your own instincts. We have to trust ourselves to find our way through difficult decisions. That is where true success begins. It is one step at a time, one victory at a time. Step 2, knowing what your purpose is in life. When you finally find something that you want to do, don't let anything stop you. It all starts with following your vision, which only you can see through your own unique lens. When looking at the reviews of Penn Foster, I kept seeing one question: are online schools real? Was Penn Foster a real school? Well, looking at you today, you look pretty real and official to me. Penn Foster has 44,000 graduates each year, and 94% would recommend. You guys hear that? 94% would recommend attending Penn Foster. Penn Foster also marks 128 years of providing high school and college students to education to non-traditional students. How cool is that? What does it feel like to be part of such a legacy? Never forget, not everyone can be you, regardless of how hard they try. I began considering myself successful when I became the master of my own destiny, which began with my education. Almost 20 years after graduating high school, I'm happy to report today I am a successful doctor, author, business owner, mother, and wife. Always know your worth and value. Never let anyone define you. Do not be defined by what others think of you. Only be defined by what you think of you. I believe we all have unique skills that we're born to share with the world. Find what that is for you and make that your reason why. Share that with the world so that you too can change someone else's life. Be thankful for all that you have today, the second chance you've been given, and be grateful for the experiences that got you here. Continue to overcome adversity and push through any obstacle that come your way. Today is the first day of the rest of your life. Now take a second, soak in the moment, look around, and feel the love of your family, friends, and loved ones that came to celebrate with you today. Thank everyone who have supported you thus far, especially your parents for walking this journey with you. I am grateful that my own mother is here today, still supporting and walking this journey with me. Thank you, Mom, wherever you are. I wish I can tell you that life gets easier from here, but I cannot. You will encounter making decisions that will be hard, but know there is life on the other side of that decision that will make you proud to say, I did it. Know that if you make a mistake, that is human. Reflect, reset, and restart again. I'm gonna say that one more time. Know that if you make a mistake, that is human. Reflect, reset, and restart again. And when you make that decision, know it is the beginning of becoming your own life coach. Thank you.